Good old coffee. All right, guys, welcome back to Survival Living here. So, as the title of the video and thumbnail suggested, nuclear weapons in space. Yeah, Russia's got something up their sleeve. Now, guys, there's a lot of information out there. This is something we've actually discussed in the past, and now it's just getting pushed more and more on the narrative of mainstream, and it's something we need to discuss because this is a actual threat you as a prepper need to be prepared for. But before we get into that, guys, I want to do a real quick shout out to one of our sponsors in today's video is Matco. That's right, Matco Tools, guys. As a mechanic, I use a lot of tools, and Matco has always supplied me with the top end specialty tools that I need to actually do my job. So if you're in the Bay County area, you know the guy that runs the truck. Let him know I sent you. Actually, I had someone tell me to quit drinking coffee on my video. Too bad. Almost 5 years now, and I still drink coffee. All right, guys, so there should be some pop-ups here for you and somewhere up here. Now, this information, guys, is nothing new that I discovered myself. As a matter of fact, I believe it was Canadian Prepper that actually talked about this a few years back about possible use of nuclear weapons in space, and not just what they're pushing on the main as far as information, what this can be used for. Now, what is being said is that Russia's trying to use and create nuclear weapons for space. And I have seen the comments, and I have seen other videos out there talking about, well, this is why we created Space Force here in America. I still don't know why we created Space Force. But anyway, with that being said, the possibility of nuclear weapons on satellites to actually launch into Earth has always been a threat. And many people have theorized that this is something that's actually been implemented and set up years ago. I don't have any factual proof on that. This is what the run-of-the-mill rabbit holes have always sent me to look at. Okay, and my personal belief, yeah, we have it, they have it, everybody has it. All right, so the thought that you have to launch nuclear weapons from the Gulf of Mexico to hit the central of North America, that is a plan, sure, but I think it's going to drop from above. My opinion. Now, with this, Russia has been developing missile systems to take out satellites. Now, if I can find the video or even the clipping that I did a story on this a few years back, I believe it was 2 years ago, they have a missile that can launch, take out a satellite before we even knew it got launched. Yeah, at least that's how the story read. If that is true, we're in some serious trouble on that end. Okay, missiles that launches and we don't even know that it's even been launched until it's already hit its target. That's pretty crazy. Now, I do know that they have the hypersonics. Yeah, so there's that too. And this all came out shortly after the hypersonic missile was being claimed existed from Russia. And then all of a sudden, they start making satellite killers. And this was a concern as a prepper. I look at it, and it should be a concern as a nation. If you take out our satellites, we can't see. A lot of our equipment and technology is reliant on satellites for troop movement and things to work correctly. Now, can we do things without satellites? Yeah, I'm sure we can. But it is concerning. So they believe that this thing is being developed so they can take out satellites while it's in space. The media and also what the military and government officials are saying is a great threat to the world is because then you have fallen debris from satellites falling onto the Earth.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Well, yeah, I know a lot of it does get burned up. I mean, so as far as radiation from a satellite explosion, nuclear weapon, I don't believe that's actually going to get transferred into Earth unless it was like a low orbit satellite that was not beyond a certain range. Maybe. I'm not a scientist, guys. I'm a welder, mechanic, redneck, outdoor survivalist. I just know what I can read on research on, look at, and make a decision on my preparedness level. There are many other YouTubers, and I always keep on bringing up Canadian Prepper because he has some of the best contacts I've ever seen as far as a YouTuber to get interviews with some top dogs and break down information for us to actually follow up on. So definitely recommend you check his channel out if you have not. With that, guys, my biggest concern is not satellites that launch nuclear weapons and hit hard targets or anything like that, even though it's a possibility. My concern is EMP weaponry, a high altitude nuke, or an explosion at a high altitude cascading this shock wave, these pulses, fries our power grid. Well, before the theory was you take 3, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, one from the Gulf of Mexico, and you can take out the United States power grid successfully across the board. Others have said that the technology is there. All you need is one to detonate high enough over the country, take it all out. All right, which is true, I don't know. I just prepare as a prepper as much as possible. That's alternative power. That is food, water, security, clothing, whatever it is that we need technology for today. And I'm not just talking about your light switch. I'm talking about power runs everything. And if this is something that is feasible and does happen, I keep saying back in the Stone Age, but actually I guess it would be more of a medieval time, maybe. I'll leave that up to you guys in the comment section on how far back you think America will be set back in technology. Do know that the population death toll is going to be high. All the people that's living off of medication, they have to have it to stay alive. Not going to last long when medication not being manufactured. Food. Do you grow your own food, all of it? Do you hunt all your own food? Do you cattle, livestock, stuff like that? Odds are no. There's actually a very small percentage of people that have the availability to even do that. Okay, so food is going to be a huge thing. Water delivery. Where do you get your water from? Does it come through a pipe? Goes into your house? That's gone. So you might have water nearby, a lake, a pond, mud hole, whatever. We've done a lot of videos on finding water sources and filtering out, which brings me to the next thing. How can you filter out this water? You need water filtration. You also have to be in shape to transport that water. And when it comes down to everything going all to hell, and you have more than others, others will notice. Now, it's a huge debate here online on YouTuber channels, and I've gotten into debate with many others. What do? Do you open arm to mankind? Please, come take my stuff. Or please, let me share my stuff. Unfortunately, with my travels as a former train rider and being out there in the scum of society, when people see and know you have something, they do not. They turn on you quick. I know, it's a horrible thing to say about mankind. Now, mankind has always stepped up during natural disasters, stuff like that, and have lended aid to people. Absolutely. Hell, we've done it here on the channel. But during that time, we also pull security details because I've also seen the meanness, the evil of mankind. Yeah. So you need to have a plan on protecting your stuff. Power is essential. Can you survive without power? Well, yeah, some can, not everybody. The world is not set up that way anymore. Most of us have never been taught how to do practically anything physically. Yeah. Let alone how to keep your house warm, cool, water coming in, things like that. I want to show you guys something right fast. Having a solar grid is freaking awesome. You know, I'm actually working on designing a compact one, something I can just bring into our new living situation because we are moving from this location. And having power by the sun is freaking awesome. I do get the comments and questions, well, what happens when the sun is blotted out for years? Well, pretty much 90% of all life on Earth would die if the sun was gone for years. But until that actually happens, solar is a great option. You know, we protect our grids with the EMP Shield. We also use Faraday cages, Faraday bags. We put our solar generators in those. We put essential components, extra components that we need for electrical to build our own grid. We put those in Faraday bags, Faraday cages. That way, when one part goes out, I have more to replace it with. Something to think about. And yeah, guys, we are affiliated with EMP Shield. When you purchase through our links, we do make a small commission. With that, though, guys, there are many other options you can use. All right, one, I've got it myself, a gasoline generator. But fuel only lasts for so long. And gasoline generators are extremely loud. you can only store so much fuel. Well, with electricity's down, good luck getting fuel. Let's just say that you have the availability somehow to start siphoning off tanks, whatever, and collect fuel. Fuel only lasts so long with additives in it. When there's no power being produced because all the transformers are fried, and it takes years to manufacture and to bring into place, and that's in a peaceful environment, you know, we're not in World War III, you're not going to be able to run that generator very long because there's no one manufacturing fuel anymore. All right, because there's no power. Do you have a way of heating up your home? We stock up propane, a lot of it. Propane lasts freaking forever until the canister rusts out on you or something like that. Lasts a very long time, but even that, you're going to run out eventually, unless you somehow tapped into the ground and manufactured your own propane, which I don't really know how propane is made. I'm pretty sure it's a byproduct of gasoline, but or a product of oil, but I don't know for sure. It's a natural gas. Who knows? Some smart person, they know. So with that, guys, just keep preparing. Now, do I think Russia's fixing to start blowing up satellites with nuclear weapons? I don't know. I don't know. As a prepper, I look at all these threats and prep accordingly. All right. And one of the main things, most of your preps are going to work in just about any scenario, guys. All right. Whether it be natural disaster, grid down, all out, full out, blown out war, your preps, your basics, food, water, security, medical, clothing, electric. I should say electric that way. These things are things that you need to have on hand. Having solar generators, they're quiet, efficient, they work great. Hey, that's another option for you. Gasoline generators, like I said, we have. But you can only store so much fuel. And it does bring in a lot of attention. So it's up to you guys on that. With this, guys, we take all this news and information, we digest it, we adjust our preps accordingly. When we see an upbeat in rhetoric, we look at it, don't freak out, but you look at it, see what's being said, see what's being presented, and you adjust your preps accordingly. All right. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I know it's been a minute since I got to come up here and speak to you guys. I've been extremely busy, very busy. Everything from getting situated for the move, between my hours at work and other things going on in my home life. I am trying to get more time here on YouTube. All right, guys. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Speak to y'all later.